Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oyindi Fudu Pedani Ma Shapa, Wanayana wa Movenda. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, a veteran in this channel, welcome back for yet another exciting episode of Risk, Money and Insurance. And if you keep watching my videos and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video, which will be on a Thursday at 7 p.m. And so today we're doing something exciting, right? We're going to review my vision board, if I may put it like that. But I just wanted you to do it as well because it's a thing of, we did the vision board together beginning of the year, and I had a conversation with a friend and they were talking about, maybe it's time that you review your vision board and actually just, cut down on things, because there were a lot of things on my vision board as I showed you guys. I will just link, I will just put the link to that video in the description box so that you guys can go check out that video if, you don't have context as to what's happening. But for me, that is so exciting because I'm like, wow, we are almost halfway through 2023. A lot has happened in the first half of 2023. So today we are I brought my diary with me. I hope you guys can see it. So I've been using this baby since the beginning of the year, and it is almost full. I don't know how I'm going to deal with the second half of the year. I feel like I just need to get a new one. But basically, I've been using, the diary to just journal and put my plans down, put my feelings down, and all of that. So starting with, the vision board that I had. I don't know if you guys can see this, but yeah, the vision board that I had beginning of the year, it was like a full page, and this is the vision board. And I had different goals, right? And I think the main theme was you cannot hit a target you cannot see, right? That was Vision 2023. And I had listed down my spiritual goals, physical goals and mental goals, academic goals, YouTube and content creation goals, financial goals, of course, because money at the end of the day, and social goals as well. And I took you guys through all of that beginning of the year. And as I was sitting down to do a review, right? So now I have I've cut down on the things that I want to achieve and how the exercise really went. I looked at every single item that was on the vision board, the start of the year vision board, and I said to myself, what are some of the things that I've already achieved or worked on in the past 6 months, and what are some of the things that I haven't really quite gotten to, right? And in creation of this revised vision board for the second half of the year, the main focus is, one, what is it that I want to continue doing because it's been working, based on, stuff that I've done in the first half of the year. What is it that I still want to keep so that, I continue just building on those habits? And secondly, what are some of the things that I haven't really gotten to, which I feel I want to start in the second half of the year? And this reduced vision board now looks something like this. I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but yeah, the vision board looks something like that. And the main theme is put your head down and focus. That is the main theme. And on the side, I just gave myself a mini motivation to say, you've got this, babe. And I think I would just also share a bit on that as well, because one thing that I do, which a friend of mine actually pointed out, and this started, I wouldn't say it started in varsity, but it started when I was in high school, specifically my matric year. I remember I had a study table next to a wall, and on that wall I used to write messages to myself. And I remember in my matric year, what I really wanted to achieve was to get 100% for all my 7 subjects, right? I was doing 7 subjects at the time. I wanted to get 100% on all my 7 subjects, and I wrote down, all those subjects, and I wrote down the 100% next to those subjects. And the mission for 2015, which was my matric year, was mission putting my name on the map, right? And I had put that down like on my wall, and I would see that every single day as I study, like mission put my name on the map. These are the marks that I believe would put me on the map. And each and every single day, I was pushing myself towards hitting my target. And I would also review stuff. When I got to varsity, which eventually, I got 4 out of the 7 subjects. I got 100% for the 4 out of the 7 subjects, which showed that, baby girl worked hard. She put her head down and she was focusing and she knew what she wanted. The target was clear, so she achieved, the target. Although we didn't get 7 out of 7, but we were even, I believe we were more than halfway, to getting 7 out of 7. But anyways, the most important thing that I wanted to emphasize is that you need to find a way to speak to yourself. You need to set the tone, set the rhythm on how you speak to yourself. And that's where it started. When I got to varsity, it changed a bit because I was away from family and all of that. And so sometimes someone would send me a message and it would really warm my heart, and I would go print that out and just put it on my board, right, in my room. And it became a thing where if I found like a motivational quote that spoke to me, I would go and paste it on my board. So I had a way of just speaking to myself. So they came to my apartment the other time. The friend of mine was like, I've noticed this trend, like you speak to yourself, and that is sort of how you own, the space. You speak to yourself, you write down things. Even now, as I work, I have a wall next to my desk, and I've put down like certain things, like I tell myself, bring good energy to every meeting. I tell myself that I'm divinely accepted, I'm divinely approved and accepted. I tell myself that my feelings are irrelevant when it comes to my commitments. Like I speak to myself in different ways, and I think it's also important to just set that tone as well for yourself, and for that to also come through even in your vision board and the plans that you make for yourself. So that was the point I was trying to get to. It took a little detour, but back to the story. So the vision board now, it's mainly 2 things, right? For every single category, which is like I have 6 categories, it's literally just 2 things: what I'm keeping and what I want to focus on the second half of the year. So I just thought it might be useful to just reflect on the whole thing and talk through each and every single category that I have. First one is spiritual goals, and I think from starting this year, I told myself that, everything that I do flows from my spirituality, my standing with God, me growing in that. So I've been very, very intentional. I think if there was ever a year where I was very intentional about my relationship with God and just going back to the Word and sticking to what I write down, or like holding myself accountable, it has to be this year. And I find that there are differences in my days. Like on days where I wake up and I pray, I study my Bible, and I sort of journal on this very same diary. Those days are different. And after just that 1 hour of devotion and journaling and reading the Word, sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I just pray. It depends. Days are different. And I've also just allowed myself to say, God, whatever you have in store for us for our meeting, let's do it. And to also do that, I've set my alarms. So I've renamed my alarms to say, if it's an alarm that I need in the morning for me to wake up, I label that meeting with Jesus, because after waking up, I need to have a meeting with Jesus for an hour and just ease myself into the day and just pray over every meeting, every interaction, every single person, pray over other people and all of that. So I feel like it has been going great. The first half of the year, it's been going great. And there are days where I wake up late or like something happens. There are those days where, of course, that 1 hour in the morning is not possible. Like it's not possible for me to get that hour in the morning. So I might just get a few minutes to say, Jesus, let's do this. And I found that, those days are weird, to say the least. I just feel like everything drags. it takes a while for me to just get into the rhythm of my day. It just takes too much out of me. And so what I end up doing is, if I don't do it in the morning, I do it in the evening, where I'm just like, Lord, what a day. So definitely that has been going on really well, and it's something that I want to continue to do for the second half of the year, because it's been setting the tone for my days so much. There were a lot of days in the first half of the year where I would wake up and feel so overwhelmed by work, overwhelmed by a lot of things that I have to do, overwhelmed, by just juggling my life, juggling businesses, juggling this and that. There were days like that where I feel overwhelmed, but after just that 1 hour of just being honest with God and just letting it all out and like writing down what I want to get out of my day, it has worked wonders in my life. Like, I know that whenever I feel like I'm wavering or I feel anxious, that is what I need to do to just center me and to get me into this space where I am calm. And there's this song that I've been listening to like almost all the time whenever I feel anxious or whatever. It's called Peace. I think it's Bethel Music featuring someone else. But that song I listen to that song and I'm like, like when you just exhale and you feel calm. That's what has been happening. And for the second half of the year, my priority, I said, is to pray for other people more than I pray for myself. And especially on days where you wake up and you don't know what to pray for, I think this is the best. Just pick, sometimes I do this thing where I'm like, okay, who was I talking to? Your friends, your people, the people around you, their needs, what their struggles are if they open up to you and all of that. Sometimes you don't even know what's going on, but the Spirit pushes you to pray for them. So definitely pray for other people more than you pray for yourself. I feel like I've been doing it, but I haven't been doing it to a level that I want to do it. So now that is my focus, to say every single day I need to pray for someone else. Like, I need to pray for someone else other than myself. I need to pray for something else other than myself. I can pray for church, pray for, engagements that I'm going to be doing, or like pray for engagements that other people will be doing and all of that. Like, pray for other people more than you pray for yourself. Then physical and mental goals. What I want to keep in this side, I feel like I've been fit, guys. Okay, you can't see it because of my polo neck, but baby girl is in shape, period. Baby girl has been in shape, period, and it's something that I'm like, I need to still work on my consistency of going to the gym, but even if I don't make it to the gym because work commitments or other things, I work out at home. So I am literally holding myself accountable to say, if you are saying you are so busy, exercise at least 2 times a week. And I've been doing exactly that. Go to the gym, like exercise at home, drink a lot of water, eat veggies, like eat healthy. So that, I think for me, that part has been going on really well, and I still want to keep on that, to just continue to go to the gym, drink water. And other thing that I've been doing is resting on Fridays. I realized that I have a lot of things going on in my life, and I think sometimes I create this problems or chaos, where I have a lot of things going on, and I think I genuinely get joy from being productive. Like, I get pleasure, I get this joy from being productive and just creating things, or like making things more efficient, improving things. So I no longer complain about how busy or how hectic my life is, because I'm like, I am 90% responsible for the chaos in my life, so that's okay. So Fridays, I normally do this thing where I don't do anything productive. The only productive thing that I do on Friday is, of course, like work. And then 5 o'clock, I'm done with work. I just sit down, I choose a movie, or I choose a series, and I watch a series, and it just, I catch a break. I don't do much, just watch a movie, watch a series, eat my favorite food, or like order takeaways or whatever, just relax. And I think having that moment of pause this year has been helping a lot, because I still want to make my Saturdays productive, perhaps study or do like business related admins or all of that. So I definitely still want to use my, Saturdays to be productive. So that Friday break, I look forward to it. It helps me so much to feel refreshed. Like, I just forget about everything and I tell myself, you are going to focus on this movie and you're gonna laugh like an idiot and you're just gonna be present. And I normally just go off social media, go off everything and focus on the movie. And man, that moment of just switching off and just being by myself and just, recovering from a hectic week or whatever has been really helping. And I feel like I want to continue doing that. And my focus is going back to the 3 a.m. club and just continuing with the whole routine. I think this year I started earlier on, like waking up early and all of that at 3 a.m. and all of that. It didn't really work out. So I was like, I'm not going to force my body because I had a different routine coming from December, Jan to the new year. I had a different routine. I was like more of a night owl. So I'd stay up late and then if you stay up late, you can't be able to wake up at 3. I mean, the trick with being able to wake up at 3 a.m. is you need to be in bed by like 8 p.m. you should be in bed already. Then at least 8:30 sleep, or 9, before 9 sleep, and then you can get like a full or a good 7 hours of sleep, and then wake up at 3 and then start with your day. So I've been trying to get back to the routine. Today, for example, I woke up at 3 a.m. So I feel I want to continue like with the routine, just get back to 3 a.m. and start afresh. Because one thing about waking up early before everyone else is up is it sort of awards you that, I don't know, it feels like you no longer have 24 hours. It gives you extra hours in your day. And what I really love about the mornings is that everyone is asleep, everything is quiet, so you get to really just focus. There isn't noise like at 3 a.m. It's amazing. There isn't noise, so you can concentrate and just be fully present in whatever that you're doing. Okay, cool. Academic goals. I mean, to qualify as an actuary, people who are in the profession know that you have the 15 board exams. From 15 board exams, you have work-based learning stuff that you need to do, courses you need to attend, skills you need to acquire, and you also need to get the experience, like 3 years of experience and whatever. So I mean, the experience is fine, I've gotten that, but the focus was to just complete all the other things, like complete all the work-based learning stuff and all of that. So I'm going to continue to do that, and the focus is to just study, get ready for the fellowship exam and all of that, which there's definitely a story though. I feel like I need to do like a separate video for that, but for now, let's just pick it in the shelf. We will definitely dive into that. I think when the time is right, not when the time is ready, when the time is right and I'm also ready, we will just dive into, my whole academic journey and my struggles, failure, past triumphs and low moments. We will dive into that in a separate video during our heart-to-heart sessions. And YouTube and content creation, man, we're continuing to push for 5K subscribers. I feel like we're halfway, so we're almost there. So do subscribe, do share, encourage your friends to subscribe so we get to 5K. And I don't know, 5K was such a random number, but 5 is the number of grace. So I was like, there's grace in 2023, so let's do it. And the focus when it comes to content creation for the second half of the year is to just grow the Masheleni page that I've started on Instagram. I think I haven't been that consistent. I've got so much plans and content for that page, which I feel I just need to get out of my head and start like posting. So you guys, please do follow the Masheleni page, masheleni.co.za on Instagram, and let's engage. I feel I've dropped a couple of gems there, but I also feel like it'll be really good to also just continue to grow that page. And I'm planning on saying, as I release a video, I'm going to release like a summary of the main points from the video on the page, so you can always like refer to the page if you want to revise something or if you feel there was something that was said that was important. But anyways, financial goals, my goal for the year was to just say I need to, of course, replenish my emergency funds and build my cash reserves. That has been going well. I'm like 50% close to my target, 50% to the target. So that's amazing. I feel for the second half of the year, I just need to focus on, you know, finishing up the 50% that's remaining, and then we'll be good for the year. And the additional, you know, thing that I want to focus on in the second half of the year is to just continue to grow or generate like additional streams of income. And I've heard that YouTube actually dropped their requirements for monetization. Hopefully we'll be able to monetize the channel. I feel like that has been long overdue, honestly, because of the watch hours and everything. The subscriber numbers are okay. The watch hours, that's been just killing me. So you guys, you must watch all my videos until the end. And you must also visit old videos that you feel you still wanna like watch and all of that, so that I get the 4,000 watch hours, but apparently they've reduced them to 3,000. So if it's 3,000 watch hours, you guys should just go back, revise those beautiful gems that I've dropped in the past, watch the future gems that I'm gonna release, and let's get to 3,000 watch hours. I think, yeah, I was telling a friend how I feel like YouTube has been dragging in that sense. Like, I had plans that this is how things are going to go, but it's taking way longer than what I anticipated, and I think it's just my patience that's being stretched right there. But at least I have a business now that is sort of generating income. My other businesses, the content creation, educational content that I create and sell, that has sort of been on hold for now, and I think it's because of time constraint. And I also feel I want to move away from additional sources of income that require my time. Like, they require me to be present, because that's not working. I just want to move towards generating additional sources of income that do not necessarily need me to be there for me to make money, which has proved to be challenging. But as soon as I make progress, I'm going to plug YRL. But yeah, it's just been, I don't want to be trading my time for money. I want to move away from that. But anyways, social goals. Yeah, I just want to continue to be a more supportive, present, loving friend. And I said the focus for the second half of the year is to talk less and listen more. If you know me, you know I love talking. Hence, I have this channel. And I think, man, one thing that I really want to work on, I find that I do it at times where I listen, and not listen to respond, but literally just listen to genuinely understand how someone is feeling and all of that. But it's actually way harder than you think. Like, you always, I mean, when someone tells me their problem, I want to solve it. Genuinely, that is how my brain is wired. Like, tell me a problem, I want to solve it, I want to give you 1,000 solutions. But my friends have been teaching me that sometimes they just want me to listen to understand and not give them advice. And it's always tricky, like, understanding what someone needs. So sometimes I ask, like, do you just want me to listen to you, or you want me to put in my 2 cents? And it works, you know, when you say, do you want me to put in my 2 cents? And they're like, yes. But then now, even in that scenario, you also have to listen to understand and not just listen to respond. So that has been challenging. It's actually way challenging than I thought. So second half of the year, I want to improve my listening skills. Like, I want to be able to listen to understand and not just listen with the aim of responding to somebody. And also just to continue to be more present. I just want to build beautiful, intimate, and really deep relationships with people, whether new or old. And I think I'm opening up to the idea of allowing new people come into my life as well, and seeing how things go, and just opening doors to new experiences, new things, and all of that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, like you thoroughly enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you guys so much. Mwah. I will see you in the next video, and I hope this video also inspires you to, you know, open up your own vision board, or like your own resolutions, New Year resolutions, and just check how you're doing. Like, how are you doing? And for the things that you haven't been able to achieve so far, don't beat yourself up. We still have the second half of the year, so there's still time for you to redeem yourself. And some things that we set are just not realistic. So for the unrealistic things, you can postpone that to like next year, or just pack them in the shelf and pick them up when you're doing your next year's New Year's resolution or like vision board. But anyways, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Mwah. Oh, bye.